What's going on, fam? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are enjoying your day. Welcome to another fantastic boot review today. I am going to review a boot that I'm very excited for. This boot has been requested a bunch very recently because of all the hype around it. It is incredibly lightweight. It's kangaroo leather, and it comes in at $130 US. So, of course, I am talking about the New Balance 442 2.0 Pro, and I happen to be able to get my hands on the limited edition gold colorway, which I am so excited about. I think gold boots just look super sick. We'll hop straight into the unboxing, and then of course we'll go from there to the on-feet portion of the video in my living room, and then we'll go out to the pitch and do probably more of a play test depending on how these fit and feel. Because if these fit really well as I think they're going to, I'm probably going to keep these and get these some playing time in a training session, etc. So New Balance are very standard. It's very similar to Puma boxes. You've got the red New Balance box, very simple New Balance logo here. Up in the front, you've got the New Balance there, and then New Balance and recycled. You can recycle this box. Yay, that's exciting. Okay, so New Balance box, very, very simple. These boots don't come with a string bag, so it's just gonna be the boots on the inside. These are in a 9 US, and the cool thing about, or in a 42 Euro, and 8.5 UK. This is very similar to the sizing on the Adidas. The Adidas boots, which go UK is a half a size below the US size, whereas Nike goes UK as a full size below. So just be aware of sizing, especially if you're a UK size, be aware that this is gonna be a little bit different. So New Balance, not really known for their football boots that much, except for they've started signing some bigger players. They've got Raheem Sterling. They've got a couple other, Saka I think is one of their players as well, I believe. And their speed boot, I've reviewed both the Furon and the Tequila, both the newest versions, and those are fantastic. So go check out those reviews if you haven't seen them already. I am a huge fan of the Furon. The Tequila is okay. I think it's a decent effort at a laceless boot. It's very comfortable, but the Furon is genuinely a really good football boot. I think it's a very underrated speed boot, and I think more people would definitely be good for those, and they have a wide fit variation. So, but that's not what we're here for. We are here for the 442 2.0. So let's get these out of the box. I've not seen these yet, so I'm very excited. Oh my goodness. Okay, so New Balance paper, and they're, oh my goodness, look at these boots. Beautiful gold color with the red and black accents. Black and gold just looks so stunning, and then with the red accents, I think these just look ridiculously good. Very simple sole plate. We'll go over that in just a minute. Kangaroo leather all over this boot. I do admit that I think that the limited edition boot actually does have more kangaroo leather than the normal 442 variant. I don't think that will affect your experience with the boot. The shape will be exactly the same. It just might affect by like a millimeter or two the stretch that the midfoot has. So this one might stretch a tiny bit more than, say, the synthetic midfoot version, which is what all the other 442 are. They're made predominantly of kangaroo leather, but that's something to think about as well. So holy moly. Okay, let's get these out of the box really quick. And there we go. So there's that other shoe. Nothing else in the box, just paper. So we'll get these out, and I'll get those right there for you guys. So, okay, so the 442 2.0, this is the first time that I've had these in my hands, and I gotta say, holy moly, they are light. These come in, these are a size 9 US, and these, this is gonna blow your mind. This comes in at 6.8 ounces, which is, I think 1 ounce, it's like 1 ounce or 1.1 ounces or 1 gram or something. It's like some super minute value over, it's only that much more than a Vapor, the brand new Vapor 14 Elite, which is insane for a boot that's made of kangaroo, like premium kangaroo leather upper. It feels just incredible. So let me get this little white paper out of the way. So this is it is genuinely one of the softest leather uppers. It definitely is on par with Tiempo Legend 9 Elite, and I would honestly say, just based on how this gold color, I don't know how the other colorways look in person, this gold colorway definitely looks like it rivals the softness of something like a Mizuno boot. That's going to be controversial. I realize it's not the same leather, it's not the same quality, you're not going to get the same quality out of something like a New Balance boot, but just in the looks, it definitely looks and feels almost as good as one of those. And for something that is so lightweight, I mean, these are genuinely speed boot category. I mean, I could put this up with a Speedfo Plus and they'd be almost indistinguishable as far as weight goes, which is insane. A couple things about the New Balance 442. You've got this really beautiful stitched 442 right in the heel area. You've got that New Balance logo there, the big N and the big N here. I think these are cool because my name's Noah and, you know, there's a big N. That's kind of cool. Then you've got the 442 logoing here on the tongue and the New Balance logo. It is a very traditional tongue setup, so you do have a full disconnected tongue that comes, so lots of customizability in the way that these fit and the way that this upper will stretch to different foot types. So of course you can pull the laces as tight as you want and there's going to be no crumpling up because the tongue will just fit seamlessly underneath how tight you pull that midfoot. So a couple things about this New Balance. You've got the Kangaroo Leather forefoot. Obviously there's a pretty hard stitch there and right there, so you've got a premium leather Kangaroo upper forefoot right there, and then it moves into what is probably more synthetic-y, but it's definitely got leather. It feels like, at least, it's got leather on this part of it as well. Definitely not as premium, definitely not as plush, but it does look like they have leather there, and then of course it looks like leather on the forefoot. This could be synthetic leather, but I'm not actually sure on that one. You've got a synthetic suede lining, so let's see if we can get some good footage of that. So a suede lining, which is really, really nice. I know the camera's not going to want to focus, but you can kind of see that suede lining. It's really soft, it's really nice, and basically that's just supposed to add a little bit of grip and a little bit of non-slippage, which is super, super nice. So it feels really premium, it feels really nice. The tongue material is sort of a nylon as well, so that's pretty easy standard for a leather boot. And the nylon sole plate for performance and feel. So it does have a little bit of snapback, but it's not, I'd say, it's probably between the stiffness of, say, a Tiempo Legend 9 Elite and the Premier. The Premier is super flimsy, but some people like that barefoot feel. I tend to actually like it for some circumstances, some circumstances they're totally great. This seems to be somewhere in the middle, so you've got a decent amount of structure through the midfoot, but then not too much in the forefoot that it would be super stiff. Something like a Carbitex insole from an X Speedflow, that's something you got to think about as well. So all of that is in a boot that costs 120, 130 US dollars. I think it's about 130 euro. They sell it in England as well, or excuse me, in Europe, and that's a little more expensive, but it's still half the price of a Tiempo Legend 9 Elite, which is insane. Like, I'm telling you, I'm gonna bring Tiempos out to the on-feet portion of the video on the pitch, and I'll describe sort of what the difference in feel is like. And I'll be comparing the top-end Tiempo to these, which is gonna be an interesting comparison. These, via price point, actually compare with their Pro variation, which is the one tier down at $140 or $130. So that's something to keep in mind as well. But honestly, these are super cool looking because they're gold, which is fantastic. But they also have a decent amount of width to them and a insane premium leather upper, which I think is a huge thing for a lot of people. You want lightweight, you want leather. Sometimes you think about Tiempo Legend 9, sometimes you think about the Neo 3 Betas from Mizuno, which have, I would argue, less leather in the forefoot, and those are very synthetic-y back here, so there's really not that much stretch. Those ones have a much narrow midfoot and heel area. Yes, they are the best speed boots you can buy as far as build quality goes, But for something that's as or lighter than that boot and costs $130 and has the width and the feel of the most premium kangaroo leather upper you can get, I think this offers a very interesting value proposition for those players who don't want to spend $200+ on a really nice kangaroo leather upper and also have wide feet like myself. So for me, these might be actually a fantastic boot to wear in games or in training. We are going to hop into the on-feet portion of the video. Before we do, actually, I wanted to, so I ordered these. It is now Friday, February, wow. It is May 13 or 14, I think, right now. And so as of right now, they have a black with red accent colorway. They've got an all white colorway that just came out. Those are the new ones. And then they have these. So they've got 3 different colorways of this boot that you can choose from. Pretty nice range. You've got the whites, you've got the black shoes, and then you've got the gold ones. So you can kind of pick the limited edition ones. I'm not actually sure how many pairs they made of these, but they're pretty readily available on most websites. I found them on Unisport available. I found them on ProDirect available. That's where I got these ones. And then soccer.com, I don't think has them. So for US people who don't live in California, you can order these off of Unisport or ProDirect, and again, they're even with shipping, they're still less expensive than a top-end boot from a local soccer store. So what a cool value proposition. Let's hop into the on-feet portion of the video in my living room, and then of course into the play test at the end. All right, fam, so we are in my living room. Excellent, with the New Balance 442 2.0 Pros in the limited edition gold colorway. I've got them unlaced and ready to go. It is shocking to me how light these are. They are genuinely like they feel like featherweight. They feel like a speed boot. If I were to close my eyes and just someone were to give them to me, I'd be like, oh my gosh, these are like speed boots, obviously. So I'm wearing my favorite grip socks without the grip. They sell both grippy and non-grippy ones. These are from Zypher. You guys know I love them. You have a 10% discount code and link down in the description. Click that link, go to the website, and it'll give you 10% off to check out with anything you want to buy on their website, including the grip socks in multiple different colors. So go check those out. Let's get these on feet. I'm so excited about these. One thing that I forgot to mention in the unboxing part of the review is these little red parts in a little bit there, as you can see. So right here, there's in the heel liner, they've got these red kind of more stiff pods that are in that heel liner. And I'm very curious to know how these fit on the heel, if they're too stiff, if it's almost like the Sense pods from the Copa Sense line. I'm hoping that's not the case, but in the case that though they are, I'm just hoping that they kind of soften up and are easier to get on. So let's jump into these right away. Again, with the laces untied, as you can see, so wide, they're gonna be super easy to just slip on just like that. Oh my Lord. Okay, well, New Balance, you've done it. You've created a masterpiece. Okay, with the laces untied, there you go, and we'll get the laces tied. So right away, really nice width in the toe box, really nice width in the midfoot. Obviously, it's super customizable through here because I can untie these laces, no problem, right? And I can make it a little bit wider, or I can tie them really tight, and that midfoot will really come in and create a super seamless fit. One other thing that I really appreciate about these boots that I didn't mention as well is they have a secondary lace hole down here and down here, so a little bit deeper on the boot in case you wanted a little more wraparound. But fam, I just laced these like I normally would for a training and a game, and I have absolutely zero hot spots. These are sensational for being $130. This is like, I reckon these blow the Premiers out of the water. We'll see how they fit on the pitch and like how the responsiveness is, but there you go. That's what the New Balance 442 2.0 Pros look like in this beautiful gold limited edition colorway. And my oh my fam, these are genuinely incredible. They're so comfortable straight out of the box. Like I'm super impressed with how these fit and feel. I do on my right side, I feel those little liners in the heel area, but I don't like, it doesn't feel like they'll be that much of an issue. They feel like, and maybe that's just a sock thing. Pull up the socks a little bit, see how that works. Yeah, okay, hot spot gone. There you go, problem fixed. So pretty straightforward. They're a very, very simple construction. The lockdown in the heel is actually really good. I think those little red pods really do help with that. The sole plate feels really nice. It's very simple. It's all conical studs, so you're gonna have tons of pivot power. Even on my carpet here in my living room, it's like they're super easy to pivot, no problems whatsoever. Lateral stability feels pretty good actually, and I think that's partially due to the fact that it's not all kangaroo leather upper. There's like a little bit of synthetic stuff in the midfoot to hold it in a little bit and to give you that lateral stability that you want. But yeah, I mean, again, like it's a joke that these are 120, 130 bucks. You can probably find them for cheaper, depending on the colorway. I've seen the black ones on sale for like 110, 120, which again, for the quality of leather, like as you can see from this B-roll footage, like that is so soft. This leather in the forefoot is so soft, and it is really nice and plush. My feet aren't crushed. New Balance tends to be on the wider side. The cool thing about New Balance is that with all of their models, they make a wide variant as well. So if you have absolutely flipper feet, which I kind of do compared to most people, I can actually fit in the wide variation of the Furon, the speed boot, and I think it's a great option for those of you who are wide-footed but want a speed boot and want something that's going to fit really well. Definitely go check those out because those are awesome. But these are as light or lighter, I think, and they are a class, more like traditional fit and feel with the conical studs. So you get that really nice, plush, luxurious feel on your feet without any of the extra bulk or weight. Like they genuinely feel like speed boots on my feet. Like if I don't look at them, obviously they have the softness of the leather and stuff, and they're gonna feel a little bit more padded, I assume, when I pass the ball, when I do any sort of footwork and stuff, but they definitely feel light enough to be a speed boot. What I might do is I might actually switch the lace hole on the outside to the deeper one, because one of my pet peeves, as you guys know, is having space there, and there's a little bit of extra space there. So if I put the lace into the second hole on that side, it'll pull that forward, which might be really nice for myself, which I'm gonna try, I think. So yeah, I mean, wow, I'm genuinely impressed. It's, as I said, it's a cheat code that these are 130 bucks. If your guys are looking for a super lightweight leather boot and you're on a budget, there is no other better football boot than this. They're about an ounce or a half an ounce, I think. These are 6.8. The takedown tiempos are like 7.3 or 7.4. I looked them up. So this is about a half an ounce less than those, which is a noticeable difference in hand and on feet. These are speed boot type, what am I talking about? Weight. I'm talking about weight. Speed boot weight with the classic feel of a leather football boot that's got really good quality in it. New Balance obviously is not known necessarily for their football boots, but they are starting to get on the radar with the likes of the Furon for sure, and I've seen a couple Tequillas around, even though I don't often recommend those because I think there are better options. But as far as a budget-friendly football boot that people who are looking at top-end football boots can easily buy these and be happy with them, if you're a person on a budget, you're looking for something under 150 bucks, don't look any further than these. Seriously, they are that good, and I'm very impressed with how these fit and feel, and the gold obviously looks freaking dope. So awesome. Let's hop into the on-field portion of the video, and we'll crack on with that one and get my final thoughts at the end. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here at the pitch. This is obviously an AG pitch, as you can see. We are here with the New Balance 442 2.0 Pros, and I'm so excited to try these on the field, because I think these are gonna be super, super nice. Let me be back in just a second. Because just for the sake of this review, I brought the Premiers and the Tiempo Legend 9 Elites. So we will be trying on and comparing them to this pair of $130 boots, which I think might stack up pretty insanely against these boots. So I'm gonna go left foot in the New Balance boot first, and then I'm gonna go right foot in those, and we'll see how they go. As you guys know, obviously there's no tongue on the 442, so there's no fold out tongue, there's nothing. What I've also done is I've also taken the lacing system and I've thrown it into the end there. So instead of doing the close lacing hole like I did at home, it's now in the deeper one. And what that'll do is that'll give me a little more tightness around the ankle area, which will be really nice, I think. So we're gonna lace these up super quick. Yeah, the deeper lacing hole is definitely the way to go. They really tie nicely around your foot. That is a super lovely feel. Okay, here we go. So that's those on feet, and my oh my, do they feel good. They are so comfortable straight out of the box. They fit my feet almost perfectly, which is pretty stunning. So we're gonna do the closer price point first. We're gonna go with the Premier 3. And these are already broken in, so definitely do keep that in mind. Okay, so right away, yes, they are broken in, so they are pretty comfortable right out of the box. I never really had any problems with the Premier, and it's definitely a boot that I recommend to a lot of people. But if you're gonna pay $100 for the Premier or $110 for the Premier, you step up about $20, maybe 20 extra bucks, and you get a premium Kangaroo Leather upper. Wow. Well, so the Premier is all leather, like the Tiempo Legend 9 Elite. So that's one thing I think you could say. You could argue that like, oh, they're a little bit better because they're all leather. That's definitely true, right? They are all leather, so they'll fit the most convoluted and weird looking foot types. If you've got a pretty standard foot like the majority of people do, like similar shape foot at least, both boots should be fantastic. If this is up to me, it's a no-brainer. I'm paying 20 extra bucks, even 30 extra bucks for this New Balance boot. They are lighter, they are a much more solid sole plate, they feel more like a premium boot. Especially with this Nike Premier, this sole plate is so flimsy and there's no structure to it. It really is like, it almost feels like a turf shoe, like you're wearing a turf little rubber type boots. Whereas the New Balance 442 definitely is much more premium on feet. Let me get these shoes out of the way. So just as a comparison, juggling the two, the 442 feels a little bit thinner for sure. So there's a really nice padded sensation on both, but the 442 is noticeably thinner and noticeably a little bit more, like a little bit closer to your foot, I would say. And just in like touching the ball and stuff, it's definitely got a more premium feel, whereas the Premiers are a very classic. They're a lovely class pair of football boots. I love these boots. I think they look great and I think they feel really nice, and they took absolutely zero break-in time. But I think now that I've tried both on my feet, I think I'm gonna pay the extra little bit to go with the New Balances because of how much more structured that sole plate feels and how premium the leather feels on feet. I think they just are a little, well, not just a little, they're like quite a bit more premium feeling than the Premiers. So that's compared to the Premiers. New Balance is first and Premiers are second so far. So we'll get on a Tiempo Legend 9. Keep in mind these are broken in. I've worn these in trainings and stuff. Wow, okay. Well, this is gonna be an interesting one. So the New Balance definitely has a little more volume, i.e. it goes a little bit higher. It's not as like new age and streamlined like the Tiempo Legend 9 is, but I'll tie these up quick. But man, just like, I don't know, that's a good one. The Tiempos are definitely a lot more streamlined, a lot more low profile, definitely not as kind of classic looking as the New Balances are, so that's something to keep in mind. But the fit of the New Balance is just unbelievable. Like, I'm so impressed by the fit, and the heel, in my opinion, is almost better than the Tiempo. For me, it like holds my heel in. Touch on the ball, fairly similar because they're both Kangaroo Leather uppers. You definitely get more of a seamless feel with the Tiempos because there's no disconnected tongue. So there's a, obviously the fly knit tongue that's connected on both sides, so you don't really get the ability to fully adjust it like you would something like this with the open tongue look. These are lighter than the Tiempos, so if you're looking for the lightest leather boot, definitely go with the New Balances. But honestly, this is like a pretty hard decision, and here's where my brain goes. If it's that difficult of a decision, these are literally half the price of a full-priced pair of Tiempo Legend 9 Elites. They're half the price. 220 or 225 bucks, and these are 120 or 130 bucks. And if I'm getting a very similar fit and feel, and these are lighter, and they have conical studs, and it's a good enough sole plate, I'm going with the New Balances all day, which is really weird to say. I'll have to do some more testing, so I'm not going to make a fully summed up review. So these aren't done. These are going into my collection. I'm not gonna sell these or return them. These are staying in my collection. I'm gonna wear these in training, and I'm gonna come back in a couple videos in maybe a month or so and give you guys an update about these boots, because I really do think these are worth considering if you're in the market for a lightweight, inexpensive pair of premium leather boots. These are genuinely so incredible. So again, like, I'm comparing, and this is the crazy part, these are brand new. I've never worn these. These are broken in, and I've worn these for games, training sessions, for Michigan and all that stuff, right? So these are like fully broken in. If I were to put a new pair of Tiempos on my feet compared to these, I would laugh at the difference in the comfort level. These are way more comfortable out of the box, in my opinion, than a Tiempo. Once the Tiempo breaks in, it is really premium. The entire upper is that Kangaroo Leather as opposed to just that forefoot area. But I gotta admit, man, New Balance hit this out of the park. For me, this is considering the value and considering the comfort that you get, the lightweightness, all of that stuff. This boot, again, considering the price, considering the comfort, all that stuff, my initial impressions, we'll see if that rating changes in the future after play tests and stuff. The initial impressions of this boot, I'm gonna give this an 8.5 out of 10. They are very, very good, and that's a really high rating for me. Usually I'm in the 7s for boots like this. So this is an 8.5, almost a 9 out of 10. Like, they're that good of football boots, and I'm so excited to continue to try these on and to continue to play with these. So we'll see how they go. That's it for the review, guys. I hope you enjoyed that review of the New Balance 442 2.0 Pros, especially in this limited edition colorway. If you like content like this, hit that like button. Lets me know that you guys want to see more content like this. Comment down below whether you would purchase a pair of these, if you're going to purchase a pair, and let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, be awesome, take care. I'll see you guys in the next video.